Before we get to your swing, it's important to understand when you're starting golf to have a better understanding how golf clubs work. If we play sports like a paddle sport, tennis, pickleball, the instinct is to use your wrist and hands to maneuver the ball in those paddle sports, to maneuver that. We just don't do that in golf. What we are doing is playing leverage. Golf clubs, as we're swinging, as we see to the right, you're going to see as the club goes down, it's a descending blow. The bottom of the swing is right at that green arrow. This club is going to hit the ball and compress all the way down, hit the face. So the sense is we don't really get underneath it. We're basically playing leverage to the ball, and faces have loft. These loft of these golf clubs are going to launch the ball, whatever loft that is. And out of the 14 clubs you can have, they're all different angles, from a wedge all the way down to your driver. You can see as they hit, these tour players, their hands are very quiet. There's not a lot going on. If we go over to your swing and go to the bottom, there's a lot of your wrist in your hands. So your hands are trying to help this ball up and to get underneath it. The part of that is as you start trying to go up, your swing starts going up and down to help this action. So there's a lot of up and down on your swing trying to create energy and lift. And part of this is happening because of your natural instinct to use your hands, which all golfers do when they start. Because they see the golf club as a scooping thing that they're trying to get the club underneath. And you see how your hand is going to this, what we call flexion and extension. And these players, if they're playing leverage to something, it's actually flexion on this side and extension on that side. And flexion just simply means your wrists are bending, bowing that way as this is breaking down. And in the opposite, we're holding an angle there and we're flat here. So just think if there was the impact bag and we're going to play leverage to it. We're trying to hit the bag as a force on a downward blow. And the face hits that face and it launches the ball up in the air. And that's why divots are after the ball. You can see the divot over here, or after the contact, because the clubs are the descending blow, that blue arrow down to the bottom, the green arrow, and that creates contact. It's important because whether we're hitting a chip shot, say if I only went from here and it's a chip, or further back, a pitch, or keep going to make bigger swings, how we go through the ball doesn't change with any clubs in your bag, except for the driver. We're swinging on a little different angle because it's on a tee. So part of your swing, when I look at you're trying to get energy in your swing, that's where part of the thing is you're trying to get a lot of stuff here. So getting back to your swing, there's 6 things that you possibly could use to hit a golf ball. Your shoulders, hips, and wrist are what I call the group of 3 that you're using, meaning you see a lot of shoulders, hips, and wrists trying to move as much as you can. There's a lot of up, down, and scoop in your swing. Now to get what we want is to apply leverage using the ground. We're going to use our legs as a ground force, pushing your core muscles here, your belt buckle to your core, and your arms, not your wrists. So you'll see over here to the side, they're using the ground to push, and their arms swing, and the feet pushing. That keeps them down through the shot. So this next drill, we probably did on the range. This is me, and this is Rory McIlroy from the tour. You're going to see a swing in not this up and down motion as much as we're applying pressure or leverage here to the golf bag. Using your dominant hand, you can see this arm right here is hugging my core here. My arm's across me. My hand is right above my elbow, which that part of my shirt will stay to my core. My other arm is working up and down, and we're trying to apply the leverage to the ball on a descending blow. So we're not trying to lift, we're trying to compress. I'm doing this, you can see Roy's head and my head stays very centered and doesn't go up and down. When you're adding all that extra motion in your shoulders, and remember your head is just reacting to your shoulders, not your head the other way around. Your head doesn't really have any muscles. But all the wrists, shoulders, and lifting of arms, you can't stay down on the shot. So every once in a while you will line the thing up, but it'll be inconsistent. It doesn't really get to your true power. So this feeling of this drill, so the right arm we talked about, when you lift, you'll see your left arm go way up in the air. See how high the elbow is? So this drill, the first thing is you can see, as I'm doing this drill, the first drill you want to do is try to keep this arm pinned to your body and let your arm go up and down, but keep that part with my shirt is still connected to my body, trying to keep that part really close, meaning feel this arm part of my sleeve of my shirt stays connected to my shirt, but my elbow down, my arm is a free swinging motion like I'm trying to throw a ball downward. Also, you can see how I'm going back and forth in the weight. We talked about playing defense, where your energy is up here too high and your energy is all over the place up here. It's hard for you to change direction back to the ball. So if you look at me and Roy, see how we're moving our legs and the ground as a force. That's how we'd play defense. And our heads are in that quiet place as we fold up and down. So this allows you to be much more consistent in your swing. It's just another tour player. This is Jon Rahm. So even though he looks different than Roy, impact, they all look the same. He's playing leverage to the ball. Now here's where you're going to see a tour player. This is Fleetwood from the tour. You'll see his arm is folded close to his body and your arm is lifting. And all this lifting is pulling your head up and down. So there's a lot of up and down and a lot of action here in your swing. So to get that consistency back to the ball is going to be hard to do. So tour players, you can see in the backswing, they just kind of fold that right arm, stay connected, and they go back and hit the ball to a little simpler form. So arm stays connected and back. So there's a simple version of swing. This is just going back to the bag. So eventually we have a simple energy force to the ball, to the bag. From there, the golf club just releases. It's what we call the slingshot. There's a force, and slingshot that club around, and you'll see it. Here's that same drill from the side view. You'll see my arm is pinned, keeping my elbow in to my side, but my arm is going up and down, creating speed and energy. Now, as a tour player is heading to the ball, we'll look at Tiger up here in the top corner here. As he's heading the ball, that's a force. So there's a force of energy, not to lift. After the force becomes a slingshot, we'll let it just swing through. So force and let the energy go through. This momentum will eventually bring you back to the finish. And you can see here there's a lot of shoulders and wrist in your hands. So we have to just kind of keep working on these drills to get better at that. Now chipping is just a small version, and here's me doing the one-handed drill where I'm just using my arms the same as I just did over in the previous video. You'll see on my core, I hit with my core, my arms. I don't really hit with my wrist. Wrists kind of naturally unhinge. You see I'm lightly touching the back here with that feel. At the bottom part of the screen down here, you're going to see, as this is happening, we're hitting the ball first. We're hitting the ball first. See the little down here at the bottom, we're hitting the ball first, and then the ground, and it hits the face, and the face launches it up.